A bizarre yet normal story provided to us by the world stage. Author and wife of Weezer bassist arrested after being shot by police who say she pointed a gun at them. This is Jillian Lauren, shot by LA police. Here's her husband. Well, let me spell his name right. That's not him. Scott Schreiner. Right here. Member of the rock band Weezer, with whom he has recorded 12 studio albums. Joining the band in 2001, Schreiner is the band's longest-serving bass guitarist. Prior to his musical career, Schreiner was a member of the U.S. Marine Corps. That's interesting. Jillian Schreiner, American writer, performer, adoption advocate, and former call girl for Jeffrey Bolkiah, Prince of Brunei, about whom she wrote her first memoir, Some Girls, My Life in a Harem. Interesting. Let's see what's up with this video here. Okay, they're showing the incident. No volume, I guess. So the stage is set. It looks like we have multiple ladies here. Okay, so that is her. Whoever, I don't know. I didn't see a gunshot wound there. Okay, here comes somebody else. Okay, and you see the officers here. Let's try this. We're gonna try this video out. Okay, it's a little news clip, about 30 seconds.
New details tonight on the Eagle Rock hit and run turned officer-involved shooting. We now know the woman who was shot was a resident and not one of the suspects. And according to TMZ, that woman is also married to Weezer band member Scott Schreiner. This all started around 3 yesterday afternoon following a hit-and-run crash on the 134 freeway. According to the LAPD, the suspects ran into a nearby neighborhood. As officers were searching for them, one woman, 51-year-old Jillian Schreiner, came out of the home with a gun. Police asked her multiple times to drop it. She then pointed it at officers, and officers shot her in the shoulder. We spoke to a neighbor about the chaos.
It's shocking for this little community. We're a really quiet neighborhood, sort of.
I didn't see no. I mean, not saying they want to show it, but I'm not seeing any blood anywhere. I know. I guess there was multiple women here. I mean, what did we? I think we saw a couple of them, right? Maybe you can get shot and not leak blood. I don't know.
Nestled in a little valley between hills, and you drive by on the 134 all the time. But these people.
And the 134. So I'm just catching that on the fly. I'm gonna have maybe keep my eyes peeled for that.
Crashed and started running, so they found us. But ordinarily, it's really quiet.
Schreiner was taken to the hospital and treated for a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. She was then booked for attempted murder. Only one of the 3 suspects were arrested, and police are still searching for the others.
So they mentioned the 134 a couple of times there. So we'll see if I remember that, and we'll check it.
We now know the woman who was shot was a resident and not one of the suspects. And according to...
Okay, I think it's interesting. Look at this. So Scott Schreiner is the husband. It made me think of Scott Steiner, American professional wrestler. And why are their birthdays both in the month of July? Right? The stuff is like, it's all ran on the language, all right? And I'm going to show you once again, man. So Scott Schreiner sounds like Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner has the July 29th birthday. Scott Schreiner has the July 11th birthday. I mean, there's freaking 12 months. And they land in the same month even. This is something shady going on, maybe at the hospital. Look how, and Scott Steiner, it says genetic freak. So what are the chances of that? And I just caught that on the fly. So they even bring up genetics. And look, this dude's a part of Weezer. His wife shot. Wife W, Weezer W. Look, wrestler W. And wrestler kind of sounds like Weezer a little bit. If not, it's got the W. What the hell's going on? Right? What's going on here? Isn't that strange? Weezer, wrestler, Scott Steiner, Scott Schreiner. It's not like I'm stretching for this stuff, y'all. And look at the freaking logo of Weezer. This logo's popping up with Weezer right here. It reminds me of the old WWE logo, which, WWF, World Wrestling Federation, before WWE, right? That freaking, when I saw the Weezer logo, I'm like, dude, it looks like the goddamn WWF logo. Because they had to change it to WWE. Isn't that freaking awesome, man? What the hell is going on? Let it soak in. Let it marinate. I mean, come on, right? And Shot's got 46 in gematria like Shriner, and you get the S and the S, don't you? You get the S and the S. Shot 46, Shriner 46. So I'm guessing this is her. I just took this pic off of Google on the left here. Is that blood right there? I don't know. I think that's an oil stain. Right, they say she got shot. I mean, something had to give. Did they shoot her after? Someone let me know. Can you get shot in the shoulder and there's no blood? It's a 94-day span. She gets, look, shot on 9/4, and it's a 94-day span from April 9th to Scott Schreiner's birthday. And Weezer is a Los Angeles band beloved for their 1994 record, unofficially known as the Blue Album. Amazing, right? 94-day span from the 9th day of the 4th month shooting to Scott Schreiner's birthday. I mean, what are the chances? And then Weezer hit with that album? Known for that album? That's why they're beloved, and it's a 94 album. You're telling me normies out there ain't gonna catch that? Hello, normies. Do you notice that? Eagle Rock. equates to 49 in the language. This shooting in northeast Los Angeles neighborhood of Eagle Rock. Rock and roll, bud. Just like Buddy Holly. I don't know if they're considered necessarily rock and roll, but doesn't that ring a bell? And the Eagles won the Super Bowl. I mean, I had to just kind of throw that in there. Been a few months, but right? Eagle Rock. And The Rock is a wrestler as well. The Rock is a wrestler. Wrestling. Wrestler. Weezer. Wife. WWW. Get it? Scott Steiner. Scott Schreiner. It's all with the language. If I were to go do some more research on this connection, it would land. You understand? This stuff's all by the language. I don't know if I put it in here. I thought I did. Oh, it's on Canva. I forgot I uploaded this to Canva. I just did a breakdown on the PEN America literacy gala or whatever, like literacy awards upcoming. That's interesting because she's an author. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that it? What do you think the chances of that? Look, May 8th. PEN America announced today's dates for its upcoming event celebrating the power of literature and free expression. What do you think about that? And she's a author. What do you think of that? Isn't that strange? Sacrifices. Even though she survived. Right? Let me see. Let me read. Where's the article? Oh, there's no. So what? There's no article? They took away the article or what? We just get this video? Police say she pointed a gun at them. Of course it's
Ahora más es menos con Cox Internet y Cox Mobile.
Of course
Desde
it's in
Internet
Spanish,
con el
right?
poder de fibra en casa.
So they take away the article, huh? Let's just click on this article, I guess. Okay. No, not subscribing. A non-life-threatening injury when she was shot. Her husband was not involved in the incident. She was released on bond Wednesday, and a court date has been set for April 30th, according to police records. And this coming from NPR. NPR's request for comment from Lauren's business and legal representatives early Thursday were not immediately returned. The local prosecutor's office has also not yet replied to questions about potential charges against Lauren. And they bring up the car crash. When officers reached the backyard of a house where the suspect was seen, they saw a woman later identified as Lauren holding a pistol in a neighboring yard. She is referred to as Jillian Lauren Schreiner in police documents. Shot and then surrendered. A shady story. She went into her house after being struck by gunfire, according to the official account. which had been hovering above the area of the car crash, talking about this helicopter, showed the scene as Lauren emerged from her home. And we had that helicopter crash in New York, by the way. She and another woman laid face down, so I guess she did get shot in the shoulder, and I guess she wasn't acting like she did. No, I didn't see the blood. Handcuffs later removed, put on the stretcher, and lifted into an ambulance. Police say she was treated for this non-life threatening gunshot wound to her shoulder. That's what they said. Let's toss hit and run in the calculator real quick, and we'll move forward. They say there was a hit and run. 46. What do you know? And look, 134. They said it was like Highway 134 or Interstate 134. Woo! Did they say this was in Los Angeles, y'all? Because Los Angeles equals 109. Look, LAPD says a 9mm handgun was found. Lauren, Los Angeles. Look at this. This is amazing. On the fly. Hit and run 109 like Los Angeles. That's amazing on a few different levels. Look, hit and run's got the 46 right there. Shot 46, Shriner 46, and we found our 134 without trying. They say there was a hit and run. They say she was involved with the hit and run. Can you believe it? And hit and run equals 134. We got to play the video again.
New details tonight on the Eagle Rock hit and run turned officer-involved shooting. We now know the woman who was shot was a resident and not one of the suspects. And according to TMZ, that woman is also married to Weezer band member Scott Shriner. This all started around 3 yesterday afternoon following a hit and run crash on the 134 freeway. According
on the 134 freeway, hit and run when hit and run equals 134. And again, we get the 109 like Los Angeles. 109 and 53. A match, Los Angeles with hit and run. 46 like Shot and Shriner. Woo! On the fly. Damn. I don't know, son. I hope you heard that news clip, okay? We need to move forward. Blue Album. The band known for their beloved album, Blue Album. Blue Album's got 89 like bassist. 26 like Weezer. 55 with Blue Album and bassist. So Weezer, and is it a coincidence? Weezer is scheduled to play the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival on Saturday. They did not say whether she fired the gun, but said she was hit by police gunfire. No blood, though. Maybe there's blood there, I just can't see good. I don't know. And Lauren is the author of 2 best-selling memoirs. They want you to know this. Something has to give, okay? 2010, Some Girls, My Life in a Harem, and 2015's Everything You Ever Wanted. Bassist has 17 like Shot. Kill equals 17. No killing, but still shot, right? Sacrifice 170 like 17. Scott Schreiner's birthday, the 11th day of the 7th month, like 17. And it says The Kitchen Tape is a demo by the American rock band Weezer. And The Kitchen Tape equates to 71 in the language. Sometimes I saw that it was listed The Kitchen Tapes and The Kitchen Tape. So I'll just put that out there. But you see it for yourself right there. It says The Kitchen Tape, and The Kitchen Tape equals 71. And shout out to Richard West. He did a little video on a 7-Eleven, and it's the birthday for Scott Schreiner here, a 7-Eleven convenience store with some a counterfeit $20 bill. Damn, right? Look at that, man. And we just did this story. Speaking of the 1 and the 7, RFK Jr., age 71, born 117. So we get those same numbers, right? He wants fluoride out of drinking water, or the levels decrease, something like that. And, synced up with the CDC here, CDC 17 and 71. And you also get those 10s in there, which are like 1. Isn't that amazing? And, that's from the breakdown as well. Or that's from another breakdown. I just kind of threw that in there because we got a micro moon this Saturday. And you see how the 17s, I had this slide pulled out of there. Up 17, sky 17. Even you get those 10s like 1 again. So, and Nelson Cruz's birthday. His sister died in the Dominican Republic roof collapse at the nightclub. Nelson Cruz's birthday, the first day of the 7th month as well. And there's more, but those are just some examples of these connections and these numbers hitting with these different trending stories. Jesus.
That breaking news,
You
we have
get another 7 right there, abc7.com.
new information on the woman shot by Los Angeles police following a hit and run on a freeway in the Eagle Rock. I'm David Ono.
I'm Ellen Leva. Just minutes ago, we learned that Jillian Schreiner was shot by officers during a search for the hit-and-run suspects. According to police, officers were searching a home in the neighborhood for one of the suspects when they spotted Schreiner standing in her front.
Can we see? I mean, for getting shot, she seems not that bad, right? Let's see.
Hit-and-run suspects.
She got
According
shot,
to
but she ain't
police,
looking too
officers were
bad,
searching
right?
a
So
home
she
in the
got
neighborhood
shot in the shoulder. I'm assuming this is her, right? On the stretcher.
for one of the suspects
Supposedly she
when they
got
spotted
shot.
Schreiner. According to police, officers were searching a home in the neighborhood for one of the suspects when they spotted Schreiner standing in her front yard
He
next
must be
door, armed with a
she's a
gun.
soldier.
They claim that
She's a soldier. She's what a soldier.
ignored commands to drop the weapon, and that's when officers opened fire. Schreiner was taken to the hospital and treated for a
Can't help but notice that 55 right there.
life-threatening gunshot wound. We ran her address, and it comes back to Jillian and Scott Schreiner. He is the bassist for the band Weezer.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more.
That breaking news, we have new information on the woman.
What do y'all think? Blue Album equals 55. We just saw that 55 on the ambulance. Just saying. So we hit heavy in this breakdown. We hit heavy with hit and run equaling 134. And did they say it was like interstate or highway 134 or whatever? And hit and run equals 109 like Los Angeles, and 53 I think it was. So it's pretty strange, especially with the no blood and being shot. There's going to be things that I miss here, but damn, right? That's Scott Steiner. And look, bassist 55. Wow, and we had the 55 on the ambulance, y'all. Bassist and Blue Album, which Weezer is known for, both equal 55.
That breaking news.
Can you believe
Little
it,
intrigue for
man?
a
And you get the
non-life-threatening
55 on the damn ambulance or whatever. It says fire department on it. Isn't that amazing? I think it is. Damn. Aunt Wednesday W. Weezer W. Wife W. Wrestler W. Scott Schreiner connection. The genetic freak Scott Steiner. Speaking of genes, same month on the birthday. Is that a 890 on that cop car? Like 89? And then we have 89 with Blue Album and bassist, as well as that 55 with the 55 on the damn ambulance. Just saying. I'm just saying. Author. Don't forget the Pen America literacy trending or whatever the hell. Don't forget about that. Author. Wife of Weezer bassist arrested after being shot by police. Who say she pointed a gun at them. What the hell's her name again? Jillian Lauren Schreiner. Lauren like Los Angeles. Scott Schreiner, the husband. Appreciate y'all. Wow. Until next time.